presumably as a leader, you have an idea, a picture of where you want to be, where your organization wants to be, the kind of values and behaviors you want your people to live. And if there is a gap between that and the reality of your day-to-day, it's probably because you have some glass ceilings in your organization. If you picture an organization on different levels of leadership, and notice I said different levels of leadership, not different levels of hierarchy, right? So I'm not talking about you're the boss and below you is your team. Well, sometimes the boss leadership level could be lower than the team. And that's when the leader, the boss, places a glass ceiling on their team. So if you imagine this building with these floors with the glass ceiling, then you see people below you and you say, well, why don't you go up? Why don't you get better? Why don't you, improve your results, your leadership? And the reason why is because they hit this glass ceiling. And we call this glass ceiling is because it's invisible. Like this is a limitation that you don't clearly see. And that's why it's kind of dangerous. And that's why some leaders are stuck and they don't know why their teams are still kind of delivering below the line results when they know they should be delivering above the line excellence. So how do you deal with these glass ceilings? First of all, is to acknowledge that these glass ceilings, they are in every organization. Every organization has them. It's not that some have it and some don't. Every organization has them. Now, because they're glass ceiling, we don't see them, but we hit them. So if you are on a team and your leader, your upline is not continuously and constantly growing and developing and improving their leadership skills, and you come with a great idea and you go to pitch that idea to them and they dismiss the idea because they don't see how that could help, then you just hit the glass ceiling. So what we're saying is that if you're not where you want to be, if there is a gap between where you want to be and where you are today, it's probably because of one of these glass ceilings. And how do you break through that glass ceiling? Or more or less, how do you elevate that glass ceiling? We don't want to break through it. We don't want to make holes into it, but we want to elevate it, right? John Maxwell calls this the law of the lead. In other words, your leadership ability would place a lead on top of your team leadership potential. They have the potential, but if you are not developing at a faster pace that they are, then you start to place a lead on them. You have this glass ceiling, that your glass floor is their glass ceiling. So what you have to do is to have to elevate that ceiling, that lead, and how you do that is by improving yourself. So now, what I want you to do is to think about if we have this glass ceiling, which we know we have, like I know you have it, but if you do have it, how does this show up? Like, how do I know where is the glass ceiling? How do I know where people hit the glass ceiling? So if you don't hear from some of your team members, if you don't hear from some of the departments you're leading, there might be something blocking that coming up. There might be a glass ceiling kind of filtering up what's coming to you. It might be a good idea to look there. So this is just one way you could do it. There's multiple ways, and I'll be more than happy to share some of those with you. Drop me a line, let me know if I can help you in any way. I'll be more than happy to be your thinking partner on this and see, where is that glass ceiling that needs to be elevated.